Hey, how you doing? Chen here. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to this video. If you're watching this right now, then you probably did, or you're doing some research on YouTube about the highest paid business out there. Okay, so you want to get into business, you're doing your own research, and you want to find out what's the best business to start, potentially, right? You want to see what the highest paid business is, and maybe you want to start that for yourself. Okay, so my name is Chen. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been online for 9 years. 8 of those 9 years I failed miserably, made a lot of mistakes. You know, business is tough, it's challenging. Whoever tells you that it's not has no idea what they're talking about, and probably has never grown a business themselves, okay? But over the last year, figured a lot of things out in my business. I generated over 1,000 sales. So I want to show you how I was able to flip 8 years of failure into 1 year of really big success, okay? And so I'm going to talk about some of your options. I've tried many business models over the last 9 years. All right, I'll share what I think are some of the better ones and what some of the not so good ones are, and of course we'll talk about the highest paid business that you could start for yourself if that's what you want to do. Okay, so let's talk about some of the options out there, right? So the first thing I would say is that when it comes to business, you have to decide whether you want to build an online or offline business, right? And for many reasons, I think there are a lot of pros to building an online business, not so many cons. Building an offline business, lots of cons. Okay, so let's start with that. So before I went online, I wanted to build a business in general, right? And I'm a pretty good cook. I wanted to open a restaurant. A lot of people like to open restaurants, right? So I did a lot of research, you know, on what, you know, how would I basically start a restaurant? You know, would I do a franchise? Would I, you know, start my own restaurant? And after all my research, I found that I needed roughly about $300,000 to start my own restaurant, to actually open one, right? So I already had $100,000 at the time, but I needed to borrow $200,000 from the bank, okay? So that's pretty normal, to be honest. You know, most business owners, they might have a third of the initial capital outlay and they need to borrow money from the bank. Now, that's a lot of money, you know, if you think about it. And back then, because I didn't really know what was, you know, possible online, I thought that, you know, coming up with $300,000, that was a normal thing, right? You know, borrow a lot of money from the bank, put down some yourself. I thought that was very normal, and then work, you know, the next 3 years, trying, you know, 3 to 5, you know, years paying off the loan that you owe to the bank. I thought that was pretty normal, right? And the reason why you need so much money in, you know, when you start a brick and mortar business like a restaurant, for example, is because you need to, it's very capital intensive, right? So you have to find the restaurant, you have to fit it out, you have to do all the renovations for it, right? That's very expensive. You have to buy all the equipment that goes into the restaurant, like the cash registers and the fridge, and you know, everything that goes into the kitchen, all the pots and pans, the tables, right? All the, you know, all the paintings on the wall. You have to paint the place, make it look beautiful, right? You have to hire the people, you have to pay salaries, you have to pay insurance, you have to pay overheads, you know, like water, electricity, you know, food. For a restaurant, you have to, you know, the overheads are ridiculous. You have to buy perishable food, you know, every single month, right? To keep the restaurant going, you got to do marketing. There's so much stuff when it comes to an offline business. I mean, this is not just isolated to restaurants. This is the same for if you wanted to start you know, a franchise, you know, like McDonald's, or you know, maybe you want to start like a printing company or a consulting company. You have to get, you know, a physical office, and you have to hire staff, you have to get uniforms, you have to pay rent, you have to pay electricity, you have to renovate the place. I mean, it's a lot of cost, right? So the cost is very high if you build a traditional offline business, okay? So in the end, I decided that I'm not going to do that, right? Because even though that potentially could have paid off, the problem is that the cost to risk ratio, after I did all my research, it just didn't really make sense, right? And I thought it was too risky, and it was I was putting up too much of my money for too little return, okay? And I had to, you know, pay the bank, and you know, 9 out of every 10 restaurants fail, okay? So statistic was pretty bad. 1 second, guys. And so I decided that, you know, it's a bit risky, and I don't know if I want to, you know, I don't know if I wanted to invest, like, you know, 3 years of my life, you know, into this business that I didn't know, I don't know whether it was going to succeed or not, because again, the success rate of the restaurant business is very low. In general, business, the success rate of businesses in general is very low. Okay, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But also the capital outlay, the taking the loan from the bank, it was too much money, right? I was just like, risk and reward, it doesn't really make sense, right? What are some of my other options? And then at that time, my dad was involved in a network marketing business, okay? So network marketing, MLM, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. The investment is much, much less. I only invested $1,000 roughly about to get into this business at the top, compensation level. But it was very, very tough because I had to, recruit all my friends and family, and then try and figure out a way to recruit more people into my business after I ran out of friends and family, right? To annoy, basically. And that's kind of where I went online, right? And I did a lot of research. I actually built teams, by driving leads and traffic and recruiting people into my organization. But ultimately, I decided that even though the network marketing business, the risk was very low, and the risk reward was, it made a lot of sense, right? Investment was also relatively low compared to, building a restaurant business, $1,000, $300,000, come on, it's like, it's much, much more affordable to build a network marketing business, right? But the problem is, the chances of success in network marketing is quite low, because it's actually very challenging to continue to recruit people over and over and over again into your business, right? So after doing that for roughly about a year, and the other problem with network marketing too is, it's because they focus so much on recruitment and they don't focus so much on selling their products. A lot of them get closed down by the FTC, by the government, right? So out of the 4 network marketing companies I joined, 2 of them closed within 12 months. So I decided I don't really want to build a business where, it might be here today and it might be gone tomorrow. I mean, that's really risky, right? I mean, if you're going to be building a business, you want to build a business that's solid, right? You want to build a business where you can pass that business potentially to your children and your children's children, right? So you want longevity, you want stability in that business. So network marketing, after a while, is just like, this doesn't really make sense, okay? So naturally after that, because I was already online, I was researching a lot of online business models, and I found that there were lots of different things that you could do online. You could start your own blog and build a blog and make it very, very popular and drive lots of traffic to it, right? And then once it becomes popular, you could sell affiliate products on it, or sell your own products if you wanted to, right? You could become an affiliate marketer where you just focus on a couple of products, or 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever you want, and you get very good at becoming an online marketer, and you market those products, and whenever someone buys that affiliate product from you, you generate a commission, and usually it's a part of it's not 100% commission. It might be 50% or 60 or 70%, for example. Okay, some products pay more, some products pay less. But the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to build the product yourself. You can just use somebody else's product, and you can find these products on huge affiliate marketplaces like ClickBank and JVZoo, for example, right? And you just have to get really good at remarketing them. So that to me was just like, that's cool, Another business model that I tried was very similar, but it's called top tier sales, right? So there are some of these companies out there that sell, it's kind of like affiliate marketing, but the price point of these programs, right, is very high. So instead of selling a program for $500, for example, or $50, they are sold for $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000. I sold a product at one point that costed $20,000 for one product. An amazing product, okay, but it was very challenging to get people to buy, because imagine, there aren't that many people that have $20,000 out there that are willing to buy your programs, right? So that was top tier sales, okay? So if you're talking about what is the highest paid business out there, then I would say hands down it's top tier sales, right? Because if you sell a program for $20,000, you would probably make about 10 to 15,000 out of that 20,000. It's not too bad, that's 50 to 70% commissions. That's really, really high, right? The problem is that, are you able to create such a good sales process online that you can sell a $20,000 program? What I found was that, and I sold probably about 3, okay? I sold 3 of those. I sold 3 $20,000 price points. It was ridiculous, right? But the problem was that they were too time consuming, because in order for you to sell a program that has a price point of $20,000, you have to first qualify a lot of leads online. And then not only that, you actually have to spend time with these guys going through the plan and going through the strategy. And I found that it was too time consuming, right? Because with every single person that potentially was going to buy your program, I had to spend about 3 to 4 hours with them doing a strategy session. Okay, that's kind of how we did it. And at the time I was business partners with a few people, and we were doing it okay, you know, at the time. And we sold 3, but our group at that point was pretty large. You know, there was 4 or 5 of us in that team, and we just found that we had to speak to too many people and spend too much time with them presenting and strategizing before they were willing to spend $20,000, right? So the business model, even though it was, you know, it paid well, it didn't really make sense, right? I wanted a business where I could leverage my time. I mean, why build a business online if you can't leverage your time, right? If you have to be there and sell, you know, and do a 4-hour pitch on someone, that to me is ridiculous. You may as well go and find a job, you know, even though the income was quite good. It just, you know, it didn't really make sense, right? So yes, it's a high paying business, right? But if you're gonna go online and you're gonna do this properly, you want a business where you don't have to be there all the time, right? You wanna build a business where you can leverage tools and technology and the internet, so that you can still generate a lot of commissions or a lot of sales, make a lot of money. But I don't want to have to be there all the time. You know, yes, don't get me wrong, you know, put in the hard work, build the foundation, build the base. Absolutely, that's without, you know, that's without saying. But if I have to be there all the time, then I may as well get a job, right? 1 second, guys, last hole here. So after, you know, dabbling in all these different businesses, having success, having failure, opening businesses, closing businesses, at the end I felt that the best business model that gives you the most benefits, but at the same time allows you to make the most money, okay, the highest paid business, is definitely, without a doubt, an online business, first of all, okay? So I would even go, I would never build an offline business anymore. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? Unless I had some partner that, you know, had some expertise and had some connections, and all I'm doing is investing money and I don't have to do anything. That's the only time I would build an offline business. Otherwise, online business all the way, okay? Because, you know, it's got the lowest barriers to entry. Anyone can do it. It's going to cost money to invest, because, you know, with any business you have to put in money. So if you think that you can build a business without investing any money, then I'm sorry, man, you're looking at the wrong thing, okay? You may as well stay in your job, right? But if you understand that you've got to invest a little bit of money, but it's not that much money actually when you start an online business, then you can potentially build an online business, right? So barrier to entry is lower, investment cost is lower. It's not going to cost you $300,000 like it is, you know, to start a restaurant, right? You need probably a few thousand, I would say, at least a few hundred at least, okay? If you don't even have a few hundred, then you got to be asking yourself, why are you even thinking of going into business? Don't even consider it, right? But if you understand that, then that's good. And what I would say is that you got to get into the right online business that will allow you to sell programs at not only a low entry point, like let's just say $100, $500, but it must also have a top tier program built in, so that you can sell products for $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, maybe $10,000, right? Something like that. So you're not only getting people at the low entry price points, but the people that decide to buy the low entry programs, now that they know, like, and trust you, they're more willing to buy the highest skill programs, right? So it's not about going out there and selling a $10,000 program to one person who's never bought anything else from you. No, that's not how it works. What you want to do is you want to get them to buy the low entry programs first, okay? And then as they buy, they move up the ladder. They buy the $500 program, then they see the bigger program, the $1,000 program makes sense, so they upgrade to that. Then maybe they're like, oh, the $5,000 program really makes sense to them, so they upgrade to the $5,000 program. That's kind of how it works, okay? So you kind of scale up, right? And the one kind of business that can do that is affiliate marketing, okay? So I love affiliate marketing. My entire business online is built around affiliate marketing, where I basically leverage really good programs from someone else, okay? What happens then is was distracted there. Buy a really good program, you get a really good program from someone else, and then you become really good at remarketing them, okay? Now the problem is there are very few very good affiliate marketing programs, okay? Very few that I know of. So you have to be very careful when you pick the right affiliate marketing program, okay? Now you can go to JVZoo or ClickBank and pick one, but you know, there are a lot there that aren't that good. All right, there's some that are really good, but you got to do a lot of research, and I would recommend even investing in some of them to you know, to see them, test them out, you know, actually take the program for a test drive and you know, decide for yourself, is this, you know, a quality program or not, right? You gotta figure that out for yourself. So if you want to know what the highest paid business is, then I would go for an online affiliate marketing business that has a top tier program built in. Right, so if that's the answer that you're looking for, that's my solution, okay? And over the last 9 years, it took me a long time. It took me probably about 6-7 years to figure that out. Now you have that information, and now you can go off, you know, and do your research and try and find a program like that, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Are you have some sort of aha moments going off right now? Were you considering building an offline business, but now you want to build an online business because you know what some of the challenges are with the offline business, right? But hey, you know, if you want to find out exactly what business I'm marketing, okay, if you want to get access to you know, an affiliate marketing program that has a built-in top-tier program, I want to show you how to do that. I want to show you what program I'm using. I'm even going to show you how I've leveraged it and made sure that I did certain things to get certain results with this program, okay? So if you want to do that, it's completely up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can click on the link right below the video, and once you click on that link, it'll lead you to my website, and you can leave your best email address in there, and I'll give you access to, I'll show you the program that I'm in right now, the business that I'm running, and I'm also going to show you how I use certain strategies to get, you know, the maximum results from this business, okay? So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you want to get more videos like this, then I'm constantly updating my YouTube channel with videos like this. So please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this video was good, if it added some value to your life. And listen, I wish you all the best in your business building endeavors. Don't ever give up, because if you figure out this business building thing, this entrepreneurial thing, I promise you that it's one of the most amazing things in the world, okay? So if you're thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, if you're considering building a business, then I highly recommend that you just do it. Okay, just do it. Don't listen to your friends, don't listen to your family, don't listen to that voice in the back of your head. Just do it, okay? And when you do it and you figure it out, you're gonna thank me later on, and it's gonna be one of the best things that you can ever do in your life, okay? So I wish you all the best, good luck. I hope to speak to you soon, and take care.